Hello, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Rosner, Dr. Roz, and I am here with Maurice, Jackson, Mo. And on behalf of Darshan Kendrick, who is our visionary and founder of Friends of Financial Freedom, I want to welcome Maurice back to the group. For those of you that got to see the video that we did about NFTs, where this person had to ask, what does NFT stand for? And then Mo very nicely explained it. So I'm assuming there's more than one of me in the group that y'all also benefited from that. But so much of that conversation, many things came up from there about crypto, Bitcoin, Epicurean? No.
Ethereum.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. So this is how ignorant I am. But y'all, this is the thing, and this is what I said in the last video too, is that the more I learn about things, the more I understand how much I don't know, but the more willing I am to say, teach me, tell me more. And here is Mo, just so willing and so generous with his time. And so Mo, I'm gonna say to you, what is crypto? What is Ethereum? What is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and what is a digital virtual crypto wallet?
Okay. All right. So we can start with cryptocurrency. First, I guess, what it means. Crypto just means encrypted. Just like, an encrypted email that you send if I were to send you an encrypted email, only you and I could open that email and see that email, right? And have access to it. It's encrypted. So that's where the crypto comes from, and cryptocurrency is encrypted. And currency is just that, a medium of exchange, some type of currency, something that you can use to exchange from one to the other. I think it really, what I usually tell new people is I really try to bring it into real world perspective to let folks know this just didn't come out of anywhere. So cryptocurrency really came to prominence, and especially Bitcoin, because the Bitcoin white paper was written in 2008. It really came to prominence out of the financial meltdown in 2007, 2008. There are, like, if you go back in history, there are examples of digital currencies in the 90s and in the 80s. But as far as becoming and getting started for what it is now, it's the Bitcoin white paper that started it. And it's because of what happened in the financial meltdown. So many people lost their assets. And if we could remember, there were so many different countries that shut down banks. And there were people that were not able to even access their funds. So the creator or creators, we don't exactly know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, but that's the author of the Bitcoin white paper. Wanted to take those previous ideas about a digital currency and really put it into a format where no matter what is going on in the world, if I have funds and I need something from you, I can send you funds. And there's no one central entity. We talked about that last time. There's no one central entity that can say, no, you can't do that, or there's any limits on that. That's where cryptocurrency births from. It's that decentralization. And so the Bitcoin white paper came up with the idea that if we have these different networks to come up with what I talked about before, consensus, able to all come together and verify that what I have is mine, and I send it to you, and now you have it, and only you have it, then we can create something outside of that one person that says, no, yes, you can, or no, you can't. And that, we could talk about the financial industry and how that kind of, messes up what they do, but it's in a sense giving the power back to the people. It's allowing peer-to-peer transactions, me to you, without any one person saying, any one entity, having that point of control. So with the different nodes in the different areas in a blockchain network, they all work to approve transactions on that blockchain. So it's not one, you can't go to this, hack into this one computer and, shut down the whole network, because the network is ran by many computers all over the world.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so that totally makes sense to me. And
Mhm,
the way that one would make money on this is
mhm.
I would come to Mo's mastermind and I would say to Mo, I want to buy a Basquiat. And then I would buy an NFT Basquiat with US dollars, because that's all Elizabeth has right now. And then somehow somebody would convert it into something. And so now I have an NFT that, let's say I've paid, $5,000 for. But
Mhm.
then the way you make money is, so is $5,000 5,000 Bitcoin?
No, it's not. No,
Okay.
it's not.
Okay. So I guess however it is transferred into Bitcoin. So however much Bitcoin or cryptocurrency that I paid for that, then a year from now or the next day, whatever it is, somebody says, "Hey, Elizabeth, I'll pay you $10,000 or 10,000." See, that's how old school I am, because I'm still saying dollars. Ten
It's
thousand
okay.
Bitcoin for something. So all of a sudden, I spent 5,000, but now I've made 5,000. Is that how it works?
Kind of. So and I'm gonna break this down for you so you can understand it. I
Thank
promise
you.
it's gonna make sense.
Thank you.
So there are a few ways that we extract value from the cryptocurrencies. The NFTs are a little bit different from Bitcoin, as we talked in before the last one.
Yes.
Bitcoin is a fungible token. It's like a coin. It's like a quarter. It's like a transaction. An NFT is non-fungible. It's something unique. It's a one of one. So they're slightly different, but even with both, there are certain ways that we extract value. First is from, especially with NFTs, from the scarcity value that we talked about
Mm-hmm,
before,
mm-hmm.
and it increasing in value over time just because of the sense it's a Basquiat, and they just it appreciates because it's a Basquiat.
Yeah.
But then we also want to talk about like especially going back with Bitcoin. One of the reasons why big crypto enthusiasts are so enthused about Bitcoin and about certain other cryptocurrencies is because we believe that the value of cryptocurrency will continue to grow over time, and that is because of the locked supply of Bitcoin. There is only 21 million Bitcoin only that will ever be minted and produced, only. And so when we think about a medium of exchange and we think about the Federal Reserve over the last few years just continuing to print dollars, continuing to print dollars, continuing to print dollars, continuing to print dollars. I mean, when you have so much of anything, what does that do to the value of it?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It
So we
lowers it.
have
Yeah. Okay.
exactly. So when we talk about a store of value or having something that grows in value over time, like when we think about the US dollar and the fact that the Fed has printed so much, the future value of the US dollar does not look as strong as the future value of Bitcoin that only has 21 million that will ever be produced.
So
Ever, ever.
to me, and again, here's my ignorance. That
Mhm.
sounds really low. Like, so basically what you're saying, Mo, is there aren't even 21 million people who own a Bitcoin, even one.
Mhm.
And then there are probably some people who own, so does somebody own all 21 million now?
No, no.
Okay.
All 21 million have not been mined yet. So there's still I think there's like 18 million, 18 and a half million that have been mined. So there are still
Okay.
some to be mined. But this also kind of gets to that point. The great thing about cryptocurrencies is you don't have to purchase one whole Bitcoin. Like you don't have, and that's what some people see the price of Bitcoin and it's like went up to 60,000 or is it 30,000 now or whatever, and you feel, oh, I can't afford to get in that. No,
Okay.
every cryptocurrency you can buy in portions, everyone.
Okay.
So you don't have to have a whole one.
Okay. Well,
But
in our last,
even if you have that little bit, whatever little bit you have will continue to grow in
and
value
it'll just
as the
grow.
entire.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, in our last conversation, we what one of the things that was so inspiring to me that I want to share with my students is
Mhm.
you were talking about people who can earn cryptocurrency by playing video games. And a video game is essentially an NFT that's in 4D. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so
If I
that
conflated
conversation,
that, yeah, if I conflated that, then just say the right thing and just correct me.
it's so no, it's okay. I'm gonna connect them. So yes, a little bit, because the video games do have to do with NFTs. They're more built on NFTs. But what I could give you an example of is one of the most popular ones right now, which is Axie Infinity. And with Axie Infinity, that game is like it's kind of reminds me a little bit of like a cross between like Pokemon and Zelda. It's like you have these little characters and then you go on quests and you
Okay.
fight stuff, right? And so in order to play the game, you have to have one of these characters. So the game released all the characters as NFTs. So not only, so imagine if we're talking about an old video game, like say Mortal Kombat, right? And before, when we bought that, like we bought the Sega or the Nintendo, we bought the game and bought any extras, but we don't own any of that stuff. Or even for today's games, all the kids play Fortnite, and all the parents are using these V-Bucks to buy skins for these characters. But after you pay that money, you don't own any of that stuff. With this Axie Infinity, with this character, because it's an NFT, you actually own this character. And if this character is built up and becomes a great character, just like if you build up your Fortnite person to have all of these weapons and is great, it builds up value that you can then sell or resell as a popular or a high player in the game, because using it in the game allows you to kill more people and earn more tokens in the game.
Wow.
And so you earn the tokens of that video game, which is transferable to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which then, if you like, you can transfer to US dollar.
So one of the things I talk to my students about is working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
And so one way I could use this example is to say to them, when you're sitting in your dorm room and you're just chilling and playing video games, you could either play, one of the ones you mentioned, and, that's just going to be for fun. Or you could play this one and actually earn something that could eventually help you financially in terms of provision down the road. It's kind of like when I talk to students about getting a job, and I'll say, okay, so you can go to this place and they're going to put you on the schedule for 15 hours, but you're going to be on call and you may or may not work it, and it's going to be minimum wage. Or you can go over here and you're going to work the hours they tell you you're going to work, plus they pay tuition assistance. So you might as well go there where you're earning, actual money that you can count on, plus tuition assistance. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that part I can kind of understand. I am so old that I had an Atari with the little joystick. And so, even when you said Sega, Nintendo, I was like, go on back, honey. Go on back. Yeah.
Back a little further.
Yes, honey. I could play some Galaga now on that machine. Yes, I could tear it.
All right. Now imagine if you built up your ship, you were able to build up your ship on Galaga to have all the special guns, and it made you harder. And not only that, you own that ship. That's what it's like.
Yes. Okay, Mo, I got it.
That's what it's like. That's what it's like. Not only are you using the ship, but you own that ship.
Okay. Now I will say, I thought you said something else, and you're saying ship. I own the ship. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I was like, oh, well, he just dropped it right there. All right, well, you own it.
I may drop one here or there, but not on this call.
Okay, so you mentioned something about a crypto wallet that if I have any kind of Bitcoin or crypto or NFTs, I have one wallet, because is it tied to my social security number, or like, how is it? Oh, really? Okay, tell us more.
Okay, so that's when you talk to certain people, like, the crypto enthusiasts, I kind of put it in the crypto enthusiasts, well, we kind of go back to the 2008 situation and the decentralization situation, the peer-to-peer, that argument and that feeling still holds with a lot of things today. So it's a lot about not having Big Brother all in taking our privacy back, basically. So a lot of the core crypto projects are very big on privacy. So no, a lot of them will not ask you for your social information or anything like that. If we have a saying in DCG, not your keys, not your crypto. And what that means is all of your cryptocurrency, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum, whether it's an NFT, if it's a game NFT, you're going to hold it inside of a wallet. There are many different types of wallets, and there are, some of us that use different wallets for different
Oh,
reasons.
really?
But
Okay.
yes, but the main thing is that you want a wallet where you own the private keys to. A lot of the
Okay.
a lot of the and the private keys are like when we talked about encryption, the private keys are like the password needed to see that email. That's what the private keys are.
Gotcha.
So you want to have the access to your private keys. So when you open up a wallet, one that I like to suggest is Trust Wallet. That's a good one to start with, is Trust Wallet. When you open up a wallet, it's going to give you a 12-word phrase. That 12-word phrase is your keys. And you want to, write those down and keep those safe because that's your access to that wallet. And the great thing about that is, if you have those keys, no matter where you are in the world, if you have access to a network, I always kind of give the worst case scenario: if you kidnapped and dropped off somewhere, in the middle of Russia, if you can get access to a network and get to that site and put in your keys, you have access to your crypto.
Wow. Whereas, like, if you have it in, say, like you've got a locked filing cabinet that you're actually in your house, which is behind a key, and then the locked filing cabinet is a key, and you lose that key, then you've got to break into it. But this way,
Right.
like, you lose a physical key, but this way you just keep those 12 words, and then can you how sometimes like a website will suggest a password for you, and like you'll accept it so that you can go in and change it to something you want, because you don't want this site to have your password, or to have suggested it. So can you change your password, or does that matter?
No, the key phrase you cannot change. It will auto generate those words.
Okay.
And it does it for every wallet. It will auto generate those words. That's the beginning of them authenticating a new wallet, is auto generating those words. So that's how they will do it. Okay. And then you won't be able to change those words. So you will have to keep those words if you were to completely shut down your computer or log in from another computer. But you also will put in a password. Like if you're using your everyday computer, you can use your everyday password to access that wallet, and that you can change. But your main seed phrase, you can't change that. Okay. No.
So so I'm originally from Athens, Georgia. For those of you that don't know, the Dogs are national champions.
National champs. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. So what if one of my 12-word phrase is Roll Tide? I can't change. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you get something in that 12 words and you're like, I don't like that. You just can't change it.
Well, you are correct. That would be a problem. Most of the wallets, especially the secure ones that we use, and like I said, within our mastermind, we have, great analysts and people that are in this market that will know if something is not right with some platform, and we'll get rid of that. But like I said, like them creating that 12-word phrase is the inception of them creating a private wallet for you. So they have to auto generate as random of 12 words as they possibly can in order to auto generate your specific wallet.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
So
So
it'll be highly unlikely.
we've got like maybe 2 more minutes. And
Okay.
so, because you have been so incredibly generous with your time, and thank you, thank you, thank you. So
No
can
problem.
you, like, what is the main thing? Because I know there's a bazillion, but what is the main thing that I did not ask that you want our group to know?
That's a great question. That even though prices are down right now, and the market is red, and oh my God, I shouldn't have bought Bitcoin. Like, this has happened, and we actually kind of had a call in our mastermind about this a couple of days ago,
Okay.
where we showed the data. This has happened plenty of times before, where Bitcoin has retraced 50% to go on and increase well over 100%. So this is part of understanding the market. So don't be afraid that the prices are down. Get with a group like DCG Mastermind that
Yes,
can help you
exactly.
understand, that really can help you understand this crypto market. And one thing we're also great at is we help you understand all the markets. So you will understand why the Fed meetings in the stock market has an effect on the crypto market and why the prices are going down.
Okay.
What different things are because all the markets interact together. These are all big funds spending money. And so we understand where these things are going. So, don't fret about the prices, but understand, what you're into and what projects you're in.
Wow. You are a delight. For those of you that didn't get to see the last video, let me tell y'all, Mo Jackson is amazing. He and Darshan have been friends for a really long time. And again, on behalf of Darshan Kendrick and the leader and founder of Friends of Financial Freedom, I am so deeply grateful. Maurice is going to shoot me his contact information. So by the time you see these videos in the group, his contact information will be up there. And y'all reach out to him. And I'm sincere, Mo, to say, anytime you want to have a video, just let me know and I'll say absolutely, and I'll post it. Okay. So as things come up and you want to tell us more, then we want to know. And then I also, as questions come up, and because I'm sure there are people in the group that for this conversation or the NFT conversation, they're going to go, yeah, I already know all that. Take me to the next level, take me to the next level. And it may be that maybe we host you and someone smarter than me that can actually feed you questions, or you can just say, okay, Elizabeth, here are the things that I want to say, and I just let it go, and then you put it out there, so I don't
that's
want you
fine.
to feel
I can even set up a live or something like that, and people can come on and ask whatever they like. So
great. Okay.
we can set up something that'll be great. No problem.
You're amazing. You're amazing. All right. Thank y'all.
You so
Appreciate it so much, Mo. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.